Hey, what's up, guys? Friday here with episode number 8 of the EQNext Round Table Rants. And today's topic is, should friends list be account based or character based? Okay, this one, I think there's a little bit. This one's a pretty good one. It's not the best, but it's decent. So let's take a look at what we got here for categories. So, should friends list be account based or character based? I want to link accounts with friends I add so I can see any character they have online. I want the option to add friends by account. With approval, I'd see all of their characters. Denial would show only the friended character. I prefer to add friends by character. If I want to add their alt, I will do that manually. I don't have a preference. Okay. I believe I did this here. I believe I did this. And let's see. Yes. This option here, I'm not sure how Everquest 1 is currently, how Everquest 2 is. I only know World of Warcraft is the only MMO I played recently, but this pretty much models after the World of Warcraft Real ID and friend system. So if you friend someone in World of Warcraft on Real ID, whenever they log onto that account that's associated with that Real ID, that they will show up to all their friends that they've given their Real ID out to. Now, if your friend John, whose character is, let's say, Joe Bob, you're only friends with Joe Bob, and you're not a Real ID friend of John, and John logs on his other character, Bob Joe, you will not see your friend John log on. That is what this one is getting at. Where if you don't choose to be someone's Real ID friend, for lack of better terms, or let's call it account friend, if you and someone else don't agree to be account friends, you will not know when they're on all of their characters. You will only know when they're on specific characters that you have friended with them individually. So this, to me, is a good system for WoW. It's a good system for any game. And I feel like this is probably the best system. Because, let's be honest. I guess I've heard people tell me to stop saying, let's be honest. Let me go back to the face cam, too. Yeah, so Real ID versus just character friends. You make a completely online acquaintance. They seem cool. You play with them regularly, maybe every night, maybe a few times a week, and you're okay with them being your online in-game friend. But they ask you for your Real ID, but you're like, I know that WoW has changed it now to where your Real ID is like before it used to have to be an email address. They've changed it since then. Your Real ID is anonymous. It's not associated with anything. But you may not want to give out any extra information about you. You may want that in-game friend to only be friends with that one character, and I feel like that's very reasonable. If you want a person who you've played with for 4 months straight, 5 nights a week, you and that person, you get along really great, and you're like, you know what? I want you to always know when I'm on, no matter which character I'm playing. We're going to become account friends, or whatever we're going to call it, Real ID friends, whatever. And so whenever you log on, no matter what character it is, your best friend that you've now made always knows when you're on, so you guys can talk and chat and whatever else. That's cool. I feel like that's the way to go. Some people like it just they like just being friends between characters for the reason of some people want to log on and be completely stealth. A lot of people, it may have gone a little bit wayside with all the Real ID stuff and account friends, but a lot of people will Skype message. a lot of people will have a character that's completely unassociated with anybody, and they can log on to that character like a ninja and not have anyone know that they're on. And maybe they want to, maybe they don't want to talk to anybody for that session, and that's fine. You should be able to log on completely anonymous if you want to. And whether you want to do that, that to me also, that to me should maybe even be an option when you log into the game. Like with any character, like you could have 1 million friends, and 500,000 of those friends could be account based friends where they can see all your characters. But you know what? When you're at your character screen, maybe there should be an option there where you click log in anonymously, where you log in, it doesn't pop up on any friends, no matter how they are to you, and you just want to go do your thing. You happen to run into somebody, sure, they'll realize, oh, you're online, I didn't see you come on, you must be on anonymously. Whether you want to hang out with that person or talk with them a whole bunch, fine. This to me is like, this isn't a very important part of the game, but I feel like options here are important because this comes down to privacy and people, where they want to be bothered or not want to be bothered. I feel like some of this stuff is important, and maybe what I just said, having a anonymous login checkbox before you log into any character, maybe that's a good option. And worst case scenario, you log in with that, your friends don't see you come in, but if you left it on by accident, you can still see your friends. Whatever. It's one of those things where I feel like people should have an option. It doesn't really hurt anything. I mean, I feel like that anonymous thing, if that ever got implemented, like every time you log in, it should be by default unchecked, unless you choose an option to make it always checked. But default unchecked. If you're in a bad mood, or you're just not even in a bad mood, you just want to go on, log right in for 5 minutes, do some trade skills. You don't want anyone to see you're on. You want to go completely stealth. Check the box. You log in completely stealth, do your crafts, log out, and go to bed. That's fine. Especially I know women that play MMOs. A lot of women sometimes can be just overwhelmed by guy friends that or even girlfriends that are in the game. But it seems to be more so with women that are players. They when they log on, everyone's like, "Oh, hey, Nanania's on." She's one of my friends that's a girl that plays these games. But that's just an example. That might happen, What if whoever, doesn't matter, girl, guy, whatever. If you want to log in and not have anyone see you log in, I think you should be able to do that, And I think that's taking this whole thing one step further. And I honestly think that should be an option that gets added. Whether someone else has said that or not yet, I don't know, but I'm saying it here. So, Sony, when you see this, make a 100% anonymous login checkbox available before you log into any character. So if you want to fly under the radar, I think that should be an option. So, yeah. All right, guys. Well, that's been my 2 cents on this. I feel like this is kind of an important one, and I do feel like Sony will make the right decisions on this. This is kind of, I think, a no-brainer. And yeah, I don't think this one should be too difficult to get right. So with that being said, please remember to like and subscribe and comments below and all that good stuff. And I will talk to you guys soon. See ya.